Most of us are glad to have a few Elizabethans in our back pockets. These £20 notes show William Shakespeare and the balcony scene from Romeo and Juliet. On December the 19th, 1988, it was not yet apparent that down in Southwark they would be locating Elizabethans in their back garden. Or if not Elizabethans themselves, then the site of the first Elizabethan playhouse to be built on the South Bank. Today's theatre has more to gain from an understanding of the practices of the Rose Theatre than meets the eye.
Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention, a kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene.
Lawrence Olivier's last performance, recorded for the Rose Theatre campaign a month before he died. The Theatre Royal, Drury Lane. One of the finest examples of a proscenium arch theatre. It has 2,183 seats, while estimates for the Rose indicate that it held nearly 200 more. At the Rose, you were never more than 40 feet from the stage. Whatever happens, the Rose still promises to reveal more secrets to us. Though some of it is now lost forever, it will be an unrivaled source of wonder and inspiration to many, many people throughout the world.
Cry, God for Harry, England and the Rose.
Immediate connections with Shakespeare and his contemporaries, and therefore with those most responsible for both the birth and the flowering of the English-speaking theatrical traditions. The academic, the cultural, and the emotional significance of their presence is clearly immense. It would be wrong for me not to acknowledge the financial assistance made by IMRI and latterly by English Heritage towards this work. Finally, I'd like to thank our Museum of London staff who've been involved in this project. Not only the curators, the conservators, and the photographers and the staff of other departments, but also particularly our own team on site, who I think have responded so well to the pressure that has been put upon them. Thank you.
The Romans had open amphitheatres. Then came the Elizabethan wooden open O's amphitheatres. And they were the last before the Italians and the Europeans brought in the closed-in wooden theatres with painted perspective scenery. And they became the order of the day. Now, you've got one missing link between the Greeks and the Romans and the covered European proscenium arch theatres with perspective scenery, and that is this Rose Theatre.
I think it's iniquitous, the thought of this being found and then desecrated. It's
Some chap from English Heritage said, oh, merely vestigial, but the vestige is so marvellous, and it's all we've got. It's our only contact with the Elizabethans.
Never get mixed up with anything like this, otherwise you end up looking like a right fool.
You're going to be doing the 15-minute Hamlet?
In about 9 minutes, I think.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Last week you said if you started doing Shakespeare, the bulldozers would come in and cover the site. What have you got to say now?
Just look over there, the bulldozer's waiting, look.
There's Timothy Dalton as Hamlet, Ian Charleston as Horatio, John Alderton as Claudius and Polonius, Janet McTeer playing Ophelia, and Leslie Grantham of EastEnders playing the Ghost, the Grave Digger, and Marcellus, and Fortinbras. I think.
I don't think I'll ever work again after this.
William Shakespeare's Hamlet the Paperback.
Look where it comes again.
Looks it not like the king?
By heaven, I chance thee.
See, 'tis here.
'Tis there. 'Tis gone. But look. The morn in russet mantle clad walks o'er the dew of yon high eastern hill.
Let us impart what we have heard tonight unto young Hamlet. My cousin Hamlet and my son. Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, that it should come to this, for 2 months dead, so loving to my mother, frailty, I name this woman, married with mine uncle, my father's brother. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage table.
My lord, I think I saw him yesterday night, King your father, on the platform where we watched.
'Tis for the spirit in arms. All is not well. Would the night were come.
Look, my lord, where it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace, defend us. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Alas, poor ghost.
I am thy father's spirit. Revenge! His foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder!
The serpent that is stinging thy father's life now wears his crown.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
So pity comes before me.
Mad for thy love, I found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy. Look, where the poor wretch comes reading.
I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle, if he but blench I know my course. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. To be, or not to be, that is the question.
My lord.
Get me to a nunnery. You typically on the tongue. Hold as 'twere the mirror up to nature. Madam, how like you to play? He poisoned him in the garden for his estate. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife. The king rises. What? Lighted with false fire? Give on! Lights!
What is he that builds stronger than either a mason, a shipwright, or a carpenter?
The grave maker.
The houses he makes will last till doomsday. Whose was it?
Oh, this same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
Alas, poor Yorick. But soft! Away thy hands! Hamlet! Hamlet! I loved Ophelia. What wouldst thou do for her?
Oh, he is mad, Leontine!
The readiness is all. Come on, sir! One! Gentlemen,
It's a very palpable hit.
stay! Give me a drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
The queen carouses to thy fortune. Hamlet!
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord.
Enough! Too soon, fair son! Hark them, they are incensed, they bleed on both sides.
And justly slain by my own treachery.
I am poisoned!
Treachery! The king's to blame.
Point and venom too. Then venom to thy work. I follow thee. I cannot live to hear the news from England. The rest is silence.
Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. Go, bid the soldiers shoot.
We had about 3 rehearsals, four including this morning, and we've had a lot of laughs.
Here we are backstage. You've just done the 15-minute Hamlet. What was it like?
And the 2-minute Hamlet. It was tremendous fun. It was under-rehearsed, as you saw. We only got the script 2 days ago, and I was a bit jet-lagged when I said yes, and I might not have said yes, but I'm delighted to help this whole thing, and because the thing's got to be saved, it will be saved. In America I was there and they can't understand why we're even having to fight for it.
What were they saying? What did they say?
Well, they said that, I mean, in America, if they discover an old building of 100 years old, they save it. But to find Shakespeare's theatre is something really special, and I think this month's grace is going to give us time, but I think it will be saved.
I think this is a tremendous and marvellous and very lesbian occasion, and introduces everybody to the idea that rocks and stones are valuable. And my feeling is that if you can die and kill to save an old broken tomb in Jericho, or murder or whatever, and have war over a wall in Jerusalem, then why not save a few bricks here, which is a testament to a great writer and writers whose ideas and humanism are as valuable as the concepts of religious humanism. But with this, they have no racial, color or creed barriers. And that's why it is like a sacred site for a writer, for one of the greatest thinkers of our time. I think